Walk around some of the old movie lots, it's just depressing. There's really almost nothing going on, Leland. The troubled streets of show business and the unemployed, bringing Hollywood to its knees. Some living in cars and struggling.
I've lost my job. It's everything. It's family. It's.
Could you imagine? They go, "What do you do for a living?" He goes, "Oh, I'm in Hollywood. I work on big films." I go, "Really?" She goes, "You live in your van?" He goes, "Yep, that's the industry now." The struggling artist, all right. That's kind of just crazy if you think about it, you know? Just think about it for a second. I work in Hollywood, and I make enough to live in my van. That's crazy.
Community, it's where I've worked for almost the last 30 years.
Stats show Hollywood is dead. California's COVID lockdowns, fires, high taxes, streamers and YouTube. TV shoots are down more than 50%. So how bad is it out here in LA? I'm about to get onto a major movie studio backlot to check it out. No one on the outside is supposed to see this, but I walked around and it was like a ghost town. I didn't see anyone. Workers told me it used to be bustling here with actors and crew, but now these sound stages are empty.
It does. It makes perfect sense if you really think about it. I want to break it down like this, okay? Everybody is famous now, which means nobody's famous. I mean, Nestor, how many times do we see someone on TikTok or Instagram and they literally have 1 million followers, no idea who they are, what their name is? Some of the most untalented people in the world. And this is now the new studio setup. And I actually have a little effort put into mine. I mean, this was just kind of fell together. I had all this stuff. I didn't like set design it. But my set is just a room in my house. Most people's set is their car. You know how many people have made full-blown careers filming in their car with a phone? So if you really think about it, think about how much money it cost for a movie set. Seriously.
Those budgets are high.
I mean, it doesn't even make sense anymore, and no one buys movies. Not that stuff isn't coming out that's pretty good. There's some stuff that's come out recently, like the new Wednesday. Me and my chick watched it. The Addams Family shit. It was actually really good. It was dope. And that's something I do miss about movies, is we didn't equate everything to views, right? Like, I'll show you a perfect example. Right here, we can't see how many views it has, but it says it's got 1,000 comments and 9,000 likes up here. Okay, and 1,000 saves. So I'm going to assume it's got a lot of views, right? But here's something to think about that not a lot of people think about is you could come across the most untalented, blandest person, not blandest, but good enough to say a couple sentences or a couple paragraphs and explain something to you, middleman you. Anybody could be a news anchor now.
Remember, from a script.
From a script. And a lot of YouTubers, speaking of sets, have a script and they read it. Most untalented, you would never pay money in your life to go see this movie that they're filming on their phone. You would never dare leave your bedroom or abandon your phone, drive somewhere to go pay to see this person. But since the number on the screen says 300,000 views, you immediately now deem that as good. Mm-hmm. And where I'm getting at is this is what I really miss about movies and stuff is you never judged it by, there was no view count. There's no comments. That's something I really do miss about it. Like, it's either good or it sucks. And that's something I really miss. And not in a competition way, just more something to really think about. Okay. But a big one too is, yeah, we don't care about Hollywood or celebrities. And when Hollywood started sticking their noses in politics and got woke, it marked the end for it. And I think a big one too is most movies are fake, even true stories, like the Titanic. The fucking Titanic, guys. I thought this whole time there was a guy named Jack and a girl named Rose, and this whole thing happened with the grandma at the end with the blue diamond. It's all a made-up story. just made up,
Super over dramatic.
just made up.
too.
And so I think the big thing is like we like seeing regular people who are more like us just talking about real life, which I do enjoy too. But something to be said about that is no one's going to pay for it. Like it's got to be so good for you to pay for it. And most people aren't that good, but everybody's good. Does that make sense?
Yep.
That's one thing that I think's a little fucked up. And I gave up myself. I used to do skits. I've done stand-up comedy. Like you don't just go on stage. There's people there. It's not just negative comments later. It's right there. You either suck or you're good. And I've been paid to do stand-up, so I think I'm good enough, right? Anyone could be funny, but can you be funny next week, next Saturday at 7 p.m., right? Anyone could bust out their phone, write a little script, and maybe be funny once in a while. And that's kind of what's really, I think, is torn down what would be the classic movie experience. You know, Tommy Boy, Wedding Crashers, you know, Super Bad, you know, bring it back, Caddyshack, you know, Liar Liar. That's something I do miss, unfortunately.
I want to say thank you for allowing me to use your collection as my Blockbuster. You know,
Oh yeah, I've been
mentioning
lending
to-
Nestor movies. I still got
yeah,
DVDs, but
the movies from like 2009.
no, the movies I've been
Those
lending you are
comedies, man.
2003, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking 20 years ago.
Whatever.
But I do miss that, honestly. And I was never like a celebrity worshiper, but there was something about when someone was good. It didn't matter about box office sales or view counts. It was like, no, this is just good. And I think that's something social media has really distorted, is you immediately look at the numbers and deem it as good or not. I'm guilty of that too. It's just kind of how it goes nowadays.
Just walking around one of the studio lots out here, right outside the car here, and it's just dead. I mean, there's no one there. Everything is empty. There's not even anyone really walking around. What do you think is going on here?
Yeah, well, it was like that when I left to come over to Italy to work on film.
Mel Gibson, this is how far removed Hollywood is. I mean, this guy was in the heyday, man. You know, we're talking they made magic. Yeah.
And it was already like an episode of The Twilight Zone. You know, places were deserted, and for more than one reason. What's going on there? Well, the industry is dying there.
I spoke with Academy Award-winning actor and director Mel Gibson, who's in Italy filming the sequel to The Passion of the Christ. He says it's much less expensive to shoot movies halfway around the world, which was the case on...
Look at how much effort's going in right here, guys. We're talking about cameras that take 2 or 3 people to operate, in case you've never done this. I've done screenwriting. I've filmed full-blown skits. Know your work, know your lines. Say them as if it's the first time you're ever saying it. Right? Now we're just sitting here, and you could make more money sitting in your bedroom or your car than to go make a movie. So why would you make a movie? And no one wants to pay for it anyways.
Yep.
Like they've been doing this thing at my theater by my house where they play old movies. And it's kind of cool because I never saw The Matrix in theaters. I never saw The Sound of Music in theaters. So it's kind of cool. But the theaters are packed for these, but not for any new movies coming out. That's kind of the crazy part. And I also think it's just nice being able to see regular people.
Yep.
You know, talk about regular stuff. I think there is something about that, which I do like. But personally, I miss it, man. I have movies all around here, like just old, cool films. Something About Mary. I've got a bunch of shit in here. Pulp Fiction, you know. There was something special about that, where something could just be good and not deemed on comments and views. And you couldn't comment on it, right? You couldn't just leave your thoughts. I really like that. I thought there was something special about it.
Dude, I never thought about it like that. That's so true.
You were willing to check something out with no idea. Someone just told you about it.
Yeah.
Someone just told you about, like, how many pieces of content, I'm talking from somebody on TikTok or a phone or a jamoke like me on the internet. How many videos have you watched where you go and watch that same video 47 times.
Dude.
Probably the slimmest amount. But how many movies have you seen where it's like a comfort movie? It's you've seen that movie 300 times, literally.
Dude, and feedback was way more kind of subjective, where it was like set up for your interpretation, right? Because like content in movies, that's subjective, right? So some people like it, some people hate it. But now since there's this echo chamber,
Yep.
everyone says the movie sucks.
Everyone's a critic.
You might actually like the movie, but it's going to trick you into thinking you hate it.
Exactly. And not to mention, no one's going to buy it.
Yeah.
You could make a shitty movie from your car. That's the new movie. You talking in your car is the new movie. I'm not against it. I do it. That's why I gave up. I gave up and I said, why even bother? No one gives a fuck.
Yep.
Right? Everyone's famous. No one's famous. No one's going to pay for it. And I don't mean no one in nihilistic ways, but that's kind of the truth. Hollywood's ghost town vibe is real. Mel Gibson, okay. I lived in California. I personally loved California. I loved the feeling of it, man. California was a place where people who thought they had it would go. It was like a collective. It wasn't always just some shithole that they make it seem to be. It was dope at one point. It was very like, the internet was California. The internet was New York. TikTok was literally, that was California. TikTok in person. YouTube. Hollywood. There was a reason so many people lived there. It was special. It really was. I miss it, honestly. Like I wish it was different, because I would still live in Southern California.
Do you think California has potential, or that's a wrap?
I mean, everything goes back and forth, but
Yeah.
to own your own business out there, which is most of these anybody doing any kind of content to live out there, they're taking half your money, man. Okay. They push the signs of the world on the world with their liberal agendas. Yeah, there's a lot of gay shit on all new stuff. It's all gay.